Hey friends, today we are going to learn how to draw a layered cake. And we're also going to draw that cake to where it looks like a slice of cake has been taken out of it already. Somebody already got a hold of your cake and maybe cut a little slice out. So what we're going to do today is we're going to draw this cake on a piece of paper. You can practice first in your sketchbook, and then we'll eventually draw it on a black piece of paper to color with our construction paper crayons. So what you need for this part of the project is a pencil and definitely an eraser. So if you look at your pencil right now and you don't have a good eraser on your pencil, borrow one from the teacher, because we are going to be doing a lot of erasing with this project. And so you will definitely need an eraser. So the first thing you're going to do is turn your paper vertical. Okay, and then you're going to use your fingers to kind of decide how wide do you want your cake to be. Do you want it to be like a tall, really skinny cake? Do you want it to be really big? And the shape that we're going to be using to draw our cake is called a cylinder. So if I take my two fingers and measure right up to about here, I'm going to do a dot here and a dot here. Now, I'm going to be drawing pretty heavily and pretty dark with my pencil so that you can see what I'm drawing. But you need to make sure that you're drawing really lightly with your pencil. You're almost just tickling the surface of the paper. And that is so that when you erase, your lines don't show as much, okay? So I've got a dot here and a dot here. I've left quite a bit of space up top in case I want to put like a cake topper or candles or things like that on my cake. And then I've also left quite a bit of space down here for the actual cake and the plate. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to do kind of a round, not as big as a rainbow, maybe kind of a flattened rainbow. So I'm going to come up and back down to this point right here, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect. This is our first practice one, okay? So we're learning with this, don't worry. But the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take this line and flip it over. So now I'm going to start at this dot right here, and I'm going to come down, oops, and curve back up. Okay, I've already got a spot I can erase. And like I said, make sure you have an eraser because we're going to be erasing a lot. So this is the top of our cake, and it's not perfectly round because we're not looking at the cake straight down on the bottom. We're kind of looking at it from this angle right here. So the next thing I want to do is measure how tall I want my cake to be. So I think I want my cake to be about this tall. So I'm going to come straight down, do a little dot, straight down, and hopefully my dot is even with my other dot. Okay, you with me so far? So dot here and dot here. Okay, start at this one, come straight down. There we go. And straight down. So these are the sides of my cake. Now, I don't want my cake bottom to be straight across, right? Remember we said it's a round kind of cylinder shape. So when I connect this line, I'm going to do that rounded line again. So curve, and look at that. We have drawn a cylinder, okay? So the next thing we want to do is draw a plate for our cake to sit on. So we're going to come out to the edge just about, I don't know, maybe part of a pinky. Come out here, draw a dot. Same thing on this edge, draw a dot. And we're going to do the same thing we did with these two dots right here. We're going to draw a curved line around. But obviously, we're only going to do it here, and we're going to stop at the cake because the plate goes behind the cake. We don't have a see-through cake, although that would be kind of interesting. Curve here, and then we're going to come down here and curve around to our dot right here. So now our cake is sitting on a plate. Now we need to cut a slice out of this cake so you can see all the layers and how yummy it is on the inside. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to find the middle of our sphere, kind of circle, top of our cylinder right here, come together in the middle and draw a dot. Okay, so this is the middle top of our cake right here, and draw a line that comes straight down to the plate. You with me? Okay, now we're going to turn this line into an arrow. So we're going to draw a diagonal line right here to the edge of our cake, and another diagonal line this way. Okay, so it's an arrow pointing up. Okay, And then we're going to take this line, come straight down. Same thing with this one, straight down. Those lines are parallel, they're side by side. Now, we want to draw this diagonal line again, right down here. So up like this, and this diagonal line right down here, up like this. And these lines are also parallel, okay? Now is when we're going to start erasing, okay? So the first two lines we're going to erase is this curved line and this curved line. Redraw that, okay? And then we are also going to erase this line, and this line. Okay, and now we have a slice taken out of our cake. So the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to add some layers to our cake. So I've got this line right here. So I'm going to do another diagonal line. Two parallel, so that's kind of some icing between my layers. And I think I want this cake to be 4 layers, which means I'm going to do 3 sets of lines. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Your cake may be 2 layers, your cake may be 4 layers, 5 layers, 10 layers, totally up to you, okay? I also want to add some icing to my cake. So the way that I can do that is I'm going to come down here like this, and I'm going to come out a little bit, and then do kind of a bubbly line, and it's going to stop right there where my cake has been cut. Scoot across, bubbly, drippy line, and up. This is some ooey gooey icing. I don't know about you, but I love some icing on my cake. So since this is my dream cake I'm drawing, I'm gonna have lots of icing on here. Okay, handy dandy eraser, and I'm going to erase these lines that are coming straight down. And here you have your super yummy, awesome cake that has a slice already cut out. If you want to add some things on top, you could add a candle by just drawing another little flattened cylinder, kind of like the top of this. And then you would come straight down onto your cake, curved bottom, and then you would erase this line right here. But you may not want to put candles on your cake. Maybe your cake is completely different. What if you did like unicorn ears and a horn and it's a unicorn cake? Or what if you did like cars driving across the top of your cake, or your favorite cartoon character on the top of your cake? It could be anything you want, okay? That's the fun part. So this is just how you would draw a candle if you wanted to add a candle to your cake, but maybe you want to draw anything else. But whatever you want to draw sitting on your cake. For instance, if I wanted to draw like a letter on my cake. Okay, so say I'm gonna draw the letter A or something. When I draw this, I need to make sure that line, that curved line of the cake, see how you can see it going through that part? You need to erase that part, okay? So that way it looks like whatever you've drawn is sitting on top of your cake, okay? Also, last step, come up just a little ways up your cake, draw a horizontal line here, float across, and horizontal line there. That way it looks like your cake is sitting on a table. I cannot wait to see the cake that you draw. And like I said, practice this first in your sketchbook, and then we're gonna work on kind of coming up with the idea of our dream cake, and then our final drawing will be on this black piece of paper right here. All right, see you guys soon.